This video is to help those of you that have a Spike Brewing CF10 conical fermenter. I've had this one for about a year now. I love it. In fact, I'm overdue to do a total review on it, plus all the accessories. But what I want to focus on today is one of the shortcomings and a hopeful fix for it. The gasket here inside the lid has a tendency to really want to easily fall out. I wrote the folks to Spike here just asking for ideas on what maybe can be done to help live with that, prevent it, and they gave me a few tips. Essentially what I'm going to try to do is close the gap of the metal rim here so it squeezes a little tighter on the gasket itself. I'm going to do that using the three suggestions that they offered. One is first to simply put it down on a piece of wood. I'm going to roll it while putting pressure to try to just close this gap ever so slightly. I don't think it's going to take much, and I really don't want to bend it. If that doesn't work, maybe tapping it around the edge with a block of wood. Again, not wanting to dent the lid and certainly not wanting to scratch it up, but again, trying to close that gap. The final suggestion, and one I probably don't want to do, is taking a pair of pliers, kind of closing the gap a little bit with that. I'm just afraid it's going to look ugly, it's going to be very uneven, and so I'm going to try to avoid that. So first things first, let's try the rolling on the wood and see if that gives us any improvement to this whole problem. I'll set the camera up and we'll get going on it. So first things first, like I said, I'm going to roll it along here while pushing down. I'm going to keep the gasket in, and it may very well fall out, and if so, I'll just continue without it. But let's give it a shot. I'm pushing down firmly, but not really hard. Make sure to go around at least one full revolution, maybe twice. All right, well, that was suggestion number one. I don't know. Am I just wishful thinking? But maybe that actually did some good. Yeah, it still wants to come out, again, just a little easier than I thought. So what I think I'll do is, instead of using a block of wood, I've got a decent rubber mallet. I go get that and just tap around the edges here. Again, just trying to firm it up, squeeze ever so slightly. So let's give that a shot. Well, this is a celebration beer because I think I got the thing fixed. It's funny, I was taping, and sure enough, the iPad crapped out as I was doing the final step. That finally seemed to be the one to fix it. So I'm going to discuss it now and show you essentially what I did. So again, the problem was the gasket always wanted to fall out. Well, since I've done this, I'll just share with you that I went ahead and did a whole clean in place process with the fermenter. And you know, when you do that, you got the spray all going, you got PBW or sodium percarbonate spraying everywhere, hot water, you name it. The kind of environment that would really make this thing just want to fall out no matter what. No problems whatsoever. It stayed in place. I was delighted. So what I do to finally fix it? Well, I took my rubber mallet, and at first I was like kind of gently tapping on it. I had it sitting on a piece of wood, and kind of dink, dink, dink like this. I really wasn't getting the job done. So I was getting a little frustrated, and I thought, I gotta do something to really make this happen. So I choked down, and I really started hitting it pretty hard. I mean, I wasn't being totally aggressive, but certainly assertive. I'll put it that way. Went around the whole way, bang, bang, bang. Lo and behold, it was just enough. So now the gasket stays in without any problem whatsoever. So I'm going to post this video and close by saying, Amy at Spike, thanks for your help. Thanks for your suggestions. I now have resolved the issue that I had, and as always, the Spike customer support, fantastic. Thanks again, guys.